Coding Challenge Beginners, 9th of January. Let's have a look to the first question. So, one of our team colleagues came to us saying, hey, I'm trying to create a function, but it doesn't work as expected, right? So the function says, am I old? So if the age is above 100, we should say, yes, you are old. Like second scenario, if you are below 100 or up to 100, you are not old at all. So this is the algorithm that our colleague wrote. What's wrong with it?
It should be greater than equal.
Greater or equal, like that.
Not equal.
Not equal.
No, it's not
Greater.
Sure.
Correct. Because if we are exactly 100 years old, Michael.
You say no.
Yeah, it's so simple. You see, it's so simple. So if we are above 100 years old, then we are old. Otherwise, we are not old at all. So will this work? Yes or no?
No.
No. Good. Why?
Exclamation mark.
Exclamation mark. Details, right? Coding is about details. Will it work? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes. Will we get any elegance penalty?
Yes.
Why?
Semicolon.
Semicolon. Brilliant. Oh, that was good, eh? That was very fast. Cool. Anything else? No? Will it work perfectly? No problem at all, right? Let's test that. Yes, correct. Correct. It's correct. Any question, Michael?
No, I did keep doing semicolon, thinking that was it.
Yeah.
The obvious.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
right,
Yeah. Correct. Cool. Thank you, Michael. Question number 2. Yeah, so here we have a function that whenever it receives an even number, it should return it as it is, and if it receives an odd number, it should multiply it by 2 in order to transform it into an even number, if that makes any sense, right? So it's the same problem again. We have some logic in place, but that doesn't work fine, right? If we test the exercise, it doesn't work, right? So if whenever it receives an even number, it multiplies it by 2. If it receives an odd number, it returns it as it is. So what's wrong here?
The 2 multiplied by number that should go below where it says number.
Okay? So we can, yes, so we can do that, right?
This, yeah,
We can do that, that's correct. And then what else?
delete the 2.
Like that.
Yeah.
Will this work?
No.
No.
Then
Why not?
it's not completing the condition.
It's not completing the conditions. Why not? So what will this return then?
I put an else.
Else. Do we need else?
No.
That's a good question. We can put an else here, but don't forget that as soon as JavaScript detects a return statement, it will abort the execution. So if we run this line, this line will never ever be executed. So we don't need the else statement, strictly speaking. So will this work, yes or no?
No.
Why not, Daniel?
We have to put the second line.
The second line?
Yes, in the condition before the is, you have to put the exclamation.
Yeah, but look at what we've changed. Okay, so let's put the exclamation.
Yeah, and you have to change it.
Yeah, but I don't want to change everything again, right?
Just
Yes?
change after the 2 equals, change one of the equals to the exclamation. No?
Okay, so what Rafa is suggesting is to do that. That's a bit weird, because if you have a function called isEven,
That's an odd function, isn't
yes, correct, then you are negating, you are doing the other way around. So the function will return true if the number is odd.
Okay.
So even though you're right, that will make the trick. From a readability point of view, that will be horrible, right? So don't do that. If you want to do that, rename the function to isOdd,
Okay.
right? So again, without changing any single line, will this work? Yes or no?
it? It should work.
It should work. It should work. I think it should work. And any penalty?
Third line, I think so.
That should be okay, right? Let's try that. Correct, that's perfect. But let's recap what we've done. So here we said, if the number is even, then return it. Then this is like the otherwise. If we are still alive in this line, that means that the number is not even, then multiply the odd number by 2, right? So that's technically speaking correct. However, look at how many things we have to change. So we had to remove that and we have to put it here, which is correct. But is there any simpler way to do that without having to change 2 lines? Yeah.
The exclamation.
Correct. We can negate that. We can do that, right? If the number is not even, then multiply by 2. If it's even, then yeah. Can we do that? That's valid as well. That's the same thing, right? Is even, that will return a Boolean, true or false, right? So we can do that. If is even returns false, that means the number is odd, right? But to me, this is a bit overcomplicated. I personally prefer to add the exclamation mark because it's just shorter. And that should still work, correct, with no elegance-related issues. Any question? No? Michael?
Oh, yeah. So, I haven't come across the using if statement without
Yep.
else.
Yep. We can add an else statement if you want.
No, but
Yep.
it's valid, but I
Yep.
haven't come across
Okay, yeah. So then please do the training about if else. That will help you to understand how it works, right? Cool. Thank you, Michael. Question number 3. You see, we finished 2 questions in 8 minutes. On Monday, it took us like 40 minutes to solve the first 2 questions, right? Sale. So we have a floating number and we want to identify the closest integer above that floating number. How can we do that with JavaScript?
Return
Math dot? Math library. What's the method? Seal. And then get what? Argument. Number.
Argument you have to put.
Say it again?
One argument on
Here.
Here.
Like that.
Yes.
Do you think number is number a good argument name? What do you think?
Numbers.
Numbers. Oh, that's very aggressive. Numbers. What do you think about numbers? Don't do that, Daniel. Numbers. If I have a function with an argument called numbers, I will get a feeling that this is probably an array of numbers. It's not an array. It's a single number. So I think number is correct. You can call it float number. I don't know. Definitely don't call it, microphone, right? That doesn't make sense. So semantics. Also, you probably notice that this editor, when you do a coding challenge, this is the Visual Studio editor. It's the same editor. That means that you can do the same tricks. A very useful one is to rename variable names. So if I select a variable, I think in Windows is Control D and in Mac is Command D. If I press Command D, it selects all the instances of that variable. So I can change the name variable with microphone if I want in one go, right? It's pretty handy. Cool. Will this work? Yes. Any elegance issue? No? Correct. Any question?
Yeah, does JavaScript care whether it's a float or an integer?
Say it again?
Does JavaScript care? whether
Not
it's a
really.
float or an integer?
Not really. Even that's a good question. Let's test that. So I'm typing at the bottom, right? If we do math.ceil 4.8, it will return 5. But if I do math.ceil 5, it will return 5 as well, right? Which is correct, right? The closest integer to 5 is 5. Cool. Any other question? Let me do something before progressing to question number 4. I would like to have a quick look to your solutions, as I promised before. So, for example, question number 1, am I old? So let's see different coding styles. So, for example, Poppy, if we are up to 100, no, otherwise yes. Daniel, it's interesting. Do we need the parentheses, Daniel?
No.
Not really, right? We can put them, they don't hurt, but we don't need them, right? Whereas Mo, age about 100, yes, otherwise no. Same as Itamar, same as Rafa, same as Munawar. Oh, Ashley.
Yeah.
Whoa. Whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Merry Christmas, Ashley. Right. This is not good, right? Because this is, I mean, don't get me wrong, it works, you got the score, but as soon as we change the example a bit, as soon as someone is 110 years old, it will fail, right? Out of curiosity, why you did that? I mean, it was just simpler just to remove the equals, right? But you understood the reason, right? Okay, cool. Thank you. And then Jonan, he did the same thing. Then we got Megan, the same thing. Richard, the same thing. And then Michael. So Michael didn't work because the condition is on the other way around. It should be greater than, right? Cool. Nice one. Question number 2. Make even. Right? I expect everybody to do pretty much the same thing. Exclamation mark. Poppy. Daniel. Look, Ashley. Interesting. So Ashley did on the other way around. That's also valid, but you have to type more, right? So the more you type, you increase the chances to fail, right? So also, do you think that Ashley got any penalty from an elegance point of view?
Yes.
Why?
There's no space.
Between yells.
Correct. So here, I click somewhere, right? Yeah, there is no space here. There is no space there. Anything else?
A tab, like a tab there.
Where? Here?
Down.
Down?
Yeah.
And here?
There too.
Yeah, we need to tab that, right? To create an indentation. Cool. And then we got, who is that? Rafa, that's the thing, right? So,
Yeah, I get confused with odd and
this is super confusing. Rafa has a function called isEven that returns true if the number is not even.
Yeah, I get confused with odd and even. I need to learn.
Yeah,
the
okay.
differentiates.
It's a semantics problem.
Yeah,
Okay.
sorry about that.
No, that's all right. That's good. And actually, Mo did the same.
Yeah, it's just I used to type is odd. That's what I forget this. I'm not
Okay.
good,
Yeah, okay, cool. And then Itamar, exclamation mark, Munawar, exclamation mark, Jonan, that's exotic. So what Jonan did here? So he said, if it's even, then return the number. If not, multiply. That's interesting. He uses the ternary operator, so he's changing the approach a bit. Just bear in mind that you don't need any parentheses here. Well, you need these ones because you're invoking the function, but you don't need these parentheses, you don't need that parentheses, and you don't need that parentheses neither. Okay? Cool. Cheers, Jonan. And then Megan. So Megan, she changed the order, right? So she if it's even, then return the number. If it's odd, multiplies by 2. That's yeah, okay, yeah. That's the same thing, right? Probably it's a bit easier, you see, because you have to type less. But yeah, that's good. So Richard, exclamation mark, right? Cool. And then Dave also used a ternary operator. Remember Dave? Dave, can you see my screen? Are you there, Dave? Probably you're mute.
I'm here.
Okay. Can you still see my screen?
No.
No?
Yes, I can.
Okay, sorry. Yeah, so we were talking that you don't need these parentheses. They are a bit unnecessary, right?
Yeah.
And then also, do you think Dave got any elegance penalty?
There's a lot of line in between the two statements.
That's one thing, right? You got unnecessary empty lines. That's a good thing. Apart from that, anything else?
Tab before closing curve.
Yes, correct. It's not the parentheses. The parentheses is acceptable, but that indentation on line number 3, when we close the curly brackets, right, that should go on the left because that closes the function. The function starts on the very left. The closing tag should go to the very left too. And then ASL exclamation mark, and I think that's it. And then question number 3, that was arguably the simplest one, right? So math.sale, math.seal, 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 that's the same thing again.
Exotic this time.
Say again?
Nothing exotic this time.
Nothing exotic this time. Nothing exotic this time. So
I done something strange. I didn't know how it works, so I just.
Yep. No, that's fine. Cheers. Yeah. So then let's go to question number 4. We did that on Monday, right? We reviewed that already, right? So I'm not going to do anything here. I'm just going to. You should know how to do that already. So just tell me what to do.
So
Let
day free, day available.
available day equals what? My days dot find,
and then I get confused.
and then I get confused. Right. Day. Arrow function. Return. My day. Return day.
Equals to Monday.
Triple equal. Why triple equal and not a single equal?
Equal, yeah.
I don't know. I'm just asking. Single, double, or triple?
Triple because you're comparing this.
Correct.
Side
It's
and
supposed to
the-
be Monday.
Correct.
Or
Or
a day, triple, Tuesday, Wednesday.
Wednesday.
Wednesday or Friday?
Wednesday
Doesn't
and then
matter.
Friday.
Wednesday,
Well, the order doesn't matter, right? But let's follow a chronological order, probably.
Then all Friday, same one.
Or day equal Friday, right?
But before return, you need to put bracket.
You need to put brackets. Which ones? Square brackets?
No.
Curly brackets?
Can't see.
Backticks?
No,
Not
parentheses.
brackets. What are you calling it?
Parentheses?
Yeah, parentheses. Sorry.
Right?
Yeah.
And then what else?
Wait, can we make it a bit more readable?
I don't know.
Yeah, but-
Can we split?
Split? Like that?
No.
No.
And after or against me.
After or? Like that?
Yeah.
Every after
And
each.
again,
Like that?
Yeah,
You
but
need to
put two tabs.
ident.
Tabs in before.
We should index those 2 lines because it's one line, so we should indent day.
Yeah?
So line 4 we should indent that, and line 5 we should indent
Okay. That. Oh, no. So line 4 and line 5.
that. Yeah.
On first day as well.
Correct. Like that, right? Oops.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's even better, right? It's more readable. That's more readable. And then what?
Where's the final bracket?
I don't know.
Parentheses.
You just
Somewhere. It's in Louisam, probably.
after Friday,
After Friday. Yeah.
you got
Parentheses.
Yeah.
parentheses.
And then
That.
delete
No,
the-
another way around.
That.
And then
delete the last parentheses.
Delete the last parentheses. No. Yes or no? No. Look, Jonan, if you hover the last parentheses,
Yeah.
it tells you that that parenthesis closes that one, right? So probably we should not delete it, right? Right.
After parentheses,
Yeah?
you put this.
Semicolon.
Semicolon. Do you want a break line here like that?
Yes.
That looks better, right? Why? Because that parenthesis closes this one, so this is a line. It's very readable, right?
Oh, yeah.
Now you see?
Yeah.
Sexy. Cool. And then what?
Return.
Return
No, if.
if.
If available day,
Yeah?
return. Available. No.
Oh, no. Right.
Yes.
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 Yes. No.
Else,
Else.
return. Sorry.
No, sorry.
Well, whatever, right? Sorry,
Sorry.
comma, no days available. Right. Will this work? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes. Any penalty?
Wait.
Oh, wait,
We forgot semicolon.
we forgot the semicolon. Where?
Under return, sorry. Wait.
After else, no, we don't put semicolons after if else.
Alright.
No.
Ah.
Then yeah, we're fine.
So that's fine. That should be fine end to end, correct. But now, can we simplify this very long structure?
Yes.
Yes.
How? Ternary operator. How we do that?
Return.
Return.
Available day.
Yes, available day.
Available day. Colon, sorry, no days available.
That's
And you
correct.
can delete the Wednesday.
Well,
Condition for Wednesday.
Wednesday.
Yes,
What else?
you can need it Wednesday.
We don't need Wednesday. Why we don't need Wednesday?
Because you need the Monday and Friday.
Yeah. But that's a bit, again, that's cheating, because if you remove Wednesday, you are right, you'll pass the exercise, but that means that you didn't read the description, because the description explicitly says that the only two unavailable days are Tuesday and Wednesday and Thursday. So technically speaking, we could book on a Monday. Other question is whether in this case we don't have any Wednesday, but we should contemplate that case, right?
Yeah, on this, I've got stuck for ages on it.
Yep.
The day, you've got the three conditions.
Yep.
Is there any way to just get rid of two of the days and say if day equals one of these?
Not really, because you need to contemplate Monday, Wednesday, and Friday.
Yeah, but I'm saying if day equals one of.
No. That's not allowed in JavaScript. You need to do day equals A, day equals B, or day equals C. That's it, right? So, and then regarding the ternary operator, is there a way to simplify that? Yeah, it's pretty long, right? We'll probably get a penalty. Let's try that. Ooh, 9-number line exceeds the maximum line length of 65. Below. Okay, fair enough, fair enough. That will fix it. Semicolon, correct. But however, on Monday, we explained there was even a smarter way to do that. What?
So instead of using 3 days, you use 2.
No. No, just the return statement. I want to simplify these 3 lines.
Oh.
I want to put it in 2 lines in 1 line without any penalty. How was that?
Available day just in parentheses.
No, wrong.
Do you use curly braces?
No, wrong.
What about just available
You
days?
don't need return.
What? You need return.
Oh.
Do you remember? Oh yeah, that thing. You remember, right?
Wait, was it
You remember that?
yeah.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah. I was going to say that. Right. So here we say, hey, return available day. So if available day, if there is something here, if this is truthy, it will be returned. Otherwise, we'll return the default message, right? And that obviously still works. And now, let me see what you did, and I'll propose a different alternative. So, for example, Poppy, my day, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and then, yes, if else, classic, right? That's classic. Poppy, are you using double quotes because of a reason?
I do it by habit. It's like I always use variables of what you suggest
Okay.
as well.
Yeah. No, I mean,
It's my style.
no. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. It's your style. Yes, that's fine. Cool. Cheers. That's fine, Poppy. And then Daniel, you see, that's what we mentioned. So Daniel, first of all, he got a penalty on elegance, right? Because I need to keep going left and right, to see what he did. And also, he's ignoring Wednesday. So it's like, cool. So Rafa. So even though that's correct, I had some concerns about the styling, right? So for example, that should be moved to a new line. So then all the 3 conditions are aligned, right?
Okay.
Also here, look at the ternary operator. That's a bit confusing. Return, condition, then what happened, but then otherwise that should be moved to a new line as well. So if else should be aligned, right? You probably got, not sure you got a penalty or not here, but yeah, we should look after these things, right? More he didn't get any penalty, but because the variable name was shorter, that was the only reason, right? If he renames result to available day, he will have get a penalty. And Mo did something interesting, and this is what I wanted to mention. Let me check what everyone else did, because Itamar did the same thing, and actually Munawar. So some of you did the same thing, right? I go there in a minute. Before that, so Jonan, we should try to avoid. You'll get a penalty. We shouldn't commit commented code.
I'll just try it out.
No, that's fine. For testing purposes, that's okay. But before you submit, please delete the commented code. That's a classic issue. When you do a pull request and you ask someone to review your code, they will reject your changes if you comment code. That's why we have Git. If we want to review what we did in the past, we have Git version control, so we can go back in history, right? But this is zombie code. This will be there forever, and this is not giving us any. No one will read that, right? Cool. Then we got Megan. No, that's correct. That's correct. So Megan did on the other way around. Richard did on the other way around, right? So what's the other way around for this who didn't notice that? So we're comparing. We're asserting positively. Is they Monday or Wednesday or Friday? So we need three conditions, right? So we could simplify that saying the day is available if it's not Tuesday, right? So we don't need a Friday. We need just two conditions. Will this work, yes or no? Yes. Yes.
That's
Ooh.
or it's
I'm a bit concerned about the equals.
Mm-hmm.
No, because that would be the opposite. Like if it's Monday, that would return sorry, no days available.
No, because if it's Monday, Monday is not Tuesday, Monday is not Thursday.
That won't work. Because isn't that an or?
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. Jonan is correct. What happened? If we got a Tuesday, right? Tuesday is a bad day. We don't want to book on a Tuesday, right? Correct. Because with or, is Tuesday different to Tuesday? No. However, is Tuesday different to Thursday? Yes. What's the result of evaluating falsy or truthy? If I have two pockets, in one pocket I have no coins, and in the other pocket I have 2 coins, how much money do I have? It's an or. My money is what I have here, or what I have there, right? So what's the result of comparing falsy or truthy?
Truth.
It's truthy. Correct. So that's not correct, because if we have a Tuesday will be considered as truthy, so available day will be Tuesday. So then let's put an example. So this one. So that should fail, the second one, because we should return Tuesday. Here you go. You see? Oops, you return Tuesday, right? So the condition is wrong. We shouldn't say, if we negate, we shouldn't compare with or. We should compare with and. How do we put and? Double ampersand, right? So now look at the difference. If day is not Tuesday and day is not Thursday, right? So we compare against both. That should work fine now. Any question?
What about the weekend bookings?
That's intermediate, maybe. Right. Question number 5. Last one, guys. Question number 5. Oh, this is very similar to, well, no, it's not that similar. So we have an if-else. So we receive a number and we want to triple it. If it's odd, 5, we triple it, we got 15 back. But if it's even, then we just return it as it is. Again, our graduate clicked, so he did that algorithm and he's asking for some help, because it doesn't work as expected. Why it doesn't work as expected? Curly bracket, that's correct. Remember, every time you create an if-else structure, always surround the actions with curly brackets. We open curly brackets, We open curly brackets and then we close them at the end, right? Same thing here. We open curly brackets and we close them at the end. This is the safest way to make sure that if something happens, then I want to do all these things, right? If we test that, then it works.
I don't get that. I did exactly that and it didn't work.
You did exactly that?
I mean, I didn't do exactly that. I just
Yep.
don't know what I did wrong then.
Okay, so I don't know, because you fix it eventually, so you submitted it, right?
Yeah, but I just changed the whole entire thing.
Yep. I don't know, Itamar. I cannot tell you. No, it's all right. So one thing that I'm not sure if I should mention or not. If we have a single instruction, curly braces are not strictly necessary. So if I delete that one, it should still work. You see?
Yeah.
But that only works if you have one instruction. If you have two instructions, number 1 and number 2, then it wouldn't work. That's why I'm asking you to put semicolons, because with semicolons you know how many instructions do you have. Instruction number 1, instruction number 2. Here, instruction number 1, and that's it. That's why here curly braces are optional. However, even though they are optional, you know, keep it simple. Just put them all the time, and then you don't care if you have one instruction or 20. It will work all the time. Right? Any question? Yep.
You can put the else on the next to the.
That's correct. That's correct. That's correct.
Because I saw a lot of code.
Yeah, that's correct. So when you have an if else, you can put else in a new line, or you can put it there. Yeah, up to you. Whatever you feel it's better. I prefer this one, to be honest, because I have one line less, but you know, very personal. Right. So any other question? So Michael, I'll say you to do the if else training, because all these things are covered, right? And if you have any question, just let me know, okay? Anything else? No? Cool. So anything else, Dave, Richard?
Thanks. Yeah, thanks.
Cool. Cool. Thank you, guys. So that was it. We'll review intermediate after lunch. Cheers.